I was on my way to work. It was January the 27th of 2016. And it had been raining a little bit. The road was a little wet, not too much. And I hit a wet spot and I lost control of the car. And when I tried to steer back onto the highway, the steering wheel locked. And I was going around a curve and I was veering to the left. And there was a van coming in the opposite direction, coming towards me. And I couldn't get the steering wheel to steer back. So I knew we were gonna collide. And I said, oh Lord, don't let me hit that car. And then there was a boom, and then everything went dark. And then I came to, because somebody was knocking on the window. I was telling them, I kept complaining about my chest and my legs, and so they said, we're taking you to the hospital. And then I knew it was bad when they said, we're gonna take her to Grady. And because I knew Grady was the trauma center, it was one of the best trauma centers in the area. And they were gonna pass 5 or 6 hospitals to get to Grady, so I knew I was in bad shape. Both of my femurs were broken. One of them was, it was a fracture on my right leg, but it was what they call displaced on the left, and it was separated. The bone was cracked and split, and it was terrible. Both of my hips were broken. My ribs were broken. My liver was lacerated. My nose was broken. I had, I guess, a concussion but the worst injury was I had what they call an aortic dissection, where my aorta was torn. And I didn't know that at the time, but that's why my chest was hurting so bad. And they said they didn't know whether the airbag caused that, or the steering wheel, or the seatbelt. So they don't know but it was part of the accident. So that was the most life-threatening injury that I had. And that's what I don't remember. I don't remember that surgery. And I found out later that it was a miracle, that I had lived, and most people don't survive an aortic dissection. So the next thing I remember was being in the ICU, and they were getting ready to do surgery on my legs and my hips. Surviving the accident and having to go through all the physical therapy and the pain, and I still have pain, to this day. But that helped me to realize that, there's nothing that's too hard. You can't let anything stop you. If there's an obstacle here, then another door open up, and, I'm thankful. I always had my faith. It was strengthened through that experience. And it just made me realize that, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So it just really brought that and made it more real to me at that time. So, and afterwards, I have to be honest, going through it, I was kind of wondering, what's gonna happen? Will I be able to walk again? What's gonna happen? How will my life change? But in spite of all that, just knowing that I survived. And I survived for a reason, because when I realized that a lot of people don't survive that type of accident and injury, I knew that I had a purpose. So that's what I'm looking forward to now, finding, fulfilling the purpose that God has for me, the reason I'm still here.